Hi, we are going to be trying 13 of the different tomato varieties that we're growing this year. We're growing 19 varieties altogether, but some of them aren't ready and they're growing outside, so they've got a bit of time to go before they're going to be done. So we're on 13 of them here, and I will put the list up of what they are. It'll also be on the website, so you can look back on the notes if you're interested. But basically, we have got a mixture of cherry tomatoes, beefsteak, plum, and some sort of like large round, you know, standard type tomatoes. So we're going to try them in order so that like the cherries are compared with the cherries and the beefsteak are compared with the beefsteak, and we'll see what we go. Okay, first one we're going to do is Sundrop. Right. What do you think about that?
I thought it was quite floury.
Floury.
And not a very strong flavour.
Yeah, that was less impressive than I was expecting actually. When I ate that in the greenhouse, it tasted incredible. Right, so that was Sundrop. If we go, the next one up is, this is going to be Pink Plum.
I don't know. A subtle taste, I'd say.
Subtle.
Nice texture.
Yeah, that had a much nicer, it was like a fresher texture, whereas the first one was a bit pasty. Nicer texture, but not really a stronger flavour.
Right.
Let's go Darby Stripe next. This one's Darby Stripe. Mm.
Much better flavour.
That's a much stronger flavour, isn't it?
I like that one.
Yeah, that was really tasty. Darby Stripe's winning at the moment. Let's try Italian Tree.
Right, okay.
So this is the Italian Tree tomato, which came from my sister. It's, what do you think?
I like that.
Mm.
Mm. It's
Quite a different flavour, it's quite rich.
yes, that was not tomatoey, but not sharp.
Yeah,
It's really quite
a
rounded. Yeah.
deeper flavour. That was quite tasty. Next is going to be Outdoor Girl, which is something we were gifted for Christmas, gifted the seed for it. So, and apparently it grows just as well indoors or outdoors, and it does seem to be that way because it's ripened both places about the same time. So let's try that one. That's this one.
Nice tomato toast.
Not strong, but quite good flavour. So
Where next?
that is all of the sort of standard size round ones. What one do you think was the best out of those?
I think number 3 is what I enjoyed most.
The Darby Stripe?
Yes.
Yeah, I think of all of those, the winner was definitely Darby Stripe. It was a pretty tasty tomato actually.
So where are we going now?
We're going to go beefsteak next. So the first one we're going to try in the beefsteak category is Vince. It's a bit unfair really because it's not its intention isn't to be eaten raw like this. It's a cooking tomato. It's a really interesting one because it's got very few seeds in it, it's hollow, and when you cook it, it doesn't go to mush, so you can stuff it, bake it, and it doesn't disintegrate. So it's a bit unfair judging it this way, but we're going to do it anyway. So this is Vince.
I don't think I've ever had it raw.
No. That's quite strange, it's quite pasty. And it's kind of sweet, but without any sharp notes at all.
Yes.
Very strange one. Waldecks Giant, which is this one here. So this is the one that's right in the back corner of the polytunnel. Good flavour, quite pasty again, but then with beefsteaks they often are, aren't they?
Oh, I quite like that. A bit sharper maybe.
Then I think we're going to try the Bulgarian. So I don't actually know what the variety of these are. They're called Bulgarian seeds because we used to have a bloke a couple of allotments up from us who was Bulgarian, and he grew the most incredible like tomatoes like this size. You might have seen them on Instagram. They're just massive. And then he had to go back to Bulgaria, and he left a lot of the tomatoes on the plants, and so we just collected some seed from that. So I'm not actually sure what the variety is. It's just Bulgarian, but we'll try them. That's this one.
It's flowery. It's quite sweet though.
It is sweet.
I don't think it has any sharp notes though.
No, it's not sharp. Quite subtle, but it's not as flowery as, say, Waldecks was really flowery. What do you think?
I like that.
I quite like it. It was nice. The next two we've got are Japanese black Truffele and black Russian. Black Russian is my favourite cooking tomato. We've grown it for the last couple of years. Black Truffele, first year we've grown it, and I've been quite impressed with it so far. So I'm quite interested to see how they compare.
Yes.
You're gonna go. So this one is black Russian. This one is black Truffele. Black Russian first. Mmm.
It's a really good flavour.
That's such a good tasting tomato.
Excellent.
Really good. That was lovely.
Right.
So now we're going to compare that with the Japanese black Truffele, which is this one. Mmm.
There's just something different in. I don't think what it is in there behind that, which is something just slightly more complex than the other.
Yeah, than black Russian.
Yes.
Mm.
But I can't.
The skin on that one was quite thick, but I think that's because I chose one of the smaller ones.
Yes.
So it was black Russian can get to about this big. It's quite a beefy one, and it's normally really gnarly. So it kind of turns in on itself, and you get kind of a greenish top and a very bright red bottom, and it's all got that kind of like scarring all over it. Whereas the black Truffele is a really interesting shape. It looks a bit like a coin purse, like it's really heavy. And have found on both of them the skin's quite thin, which is quite nice.
What have we got left?
So the next ones are all cherries. We've got 2 round cherries and 1 pear shaped.
Right.
Should we start with the pear shaped?
Yes.
Okay, this variety is called small pear shaped. Not very imaginative. Much sharper. I suppose that's to be expected from a cherry. But not a great deal of tomatoey flavour. What do you think?
Yes. The skin was quite nice.
Yeah, but the skin was thin.
Yes.
And quite tasty.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, the next one is going to be Sungold, which is sort of, as it stands, although I've heard some rivals have started to appear, but as it stands, it's kind of like the most universally loved cherry tomato. So we're going to give that a go. I mean, that's quite something, isn't it?
It is.
Really sweet, really tomatoey, and with enough sharp that it's not cloying.
No, it's very
Thin-skinned. And that was really...
As just an eating tomato, that's been my favourite so far.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
And then the last one we've got to try is Garnet,
Right.
which is a new one for this year for us. That's really good too.
It is. I'd say it wasn't as sweet, but it's got a
Stronger flavour. Yeah, so that's quite interesting. So it's got that same kind of intensity as the Sungold, but it's not slightly less sweet, but kind of stronger flavoured. And what is interesting is we've got a Sungold in the polytunnel and one out, and the same with the Garnet. And the Sungold in the polytunnel is producing masses. It's really not got started outside yet, whereas Garnet has produced, although the plant's bigger in the poly, they started coming ripe at exactly the same time, indoors and out. So I think if you're growing cherries outdoors, Garnet is a bit of a winner.
I'd say so.
That was really,
Yes.
but the one in the polytunnel, I mean, I don't know if you've seen in the vlogs, but I've had to train it up and across the top of the poly because it's so tall and it's just producing so many. So yeah, bit of a winner, that one.
So where do we go? I think I liked the Japanese black or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Japanese black, Truffele.
Yes, Truffele. And
So black Russian we knew was going to be lovely
yes.
anyway, but the black Truffele is a winner for next year, definitely.
I think to just have it as sliced, it's more firm in a slice than the black Russian.
Yeah, definitely. I
So-
think if you were going to have a big kind of fat sliced tomato and mozzarella salad, the black Truffele is the one to go for.
Yes.
I think we'll probably do a test of them cooked as well. Maybe not the cherries, but of the larger ones, because it's a bit unfair to eat them like that because we grow them, a lot of them, particularly like not Japanese, the black Russian and stuff. We grow them specifically for cooking, and Vince too. Although Vince is in a bit of a league of its own, it doesn't have any rivals because all the rest of them collapse when you cook them. So he's safe really. But yeah, I think
yes.
pretty good.
No tomatoes for lunch though.
Have you had enough tomatoes, Mum? Well, I'll put the notes that we've made on the website, and I'm putting together a list of the varieties that we've grown this year, which would definitely carry over onto next year because they've been really, really good. And I'll add the best tomatoes to that list, so that'll be on the website, which is linked below. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you on Tuesday for the vlog.
Bye.